Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm in the garden right now getting ready to start on a new painting, so I thought I would bring you all with me and kind of show you another day in the life. So I normally get up around 9, make some coffee, go out to the garden and just enjoy it out here. I find getting outside and kind of observing all of the flowers and foliage out here is a great way to start the day, and it gives me some ideas and inspiration for certain forms or colors that I want to create in my abstract work. And once I finish my coffee, we have a little bit of breakfast, and I try and come out here every day as a ritual to do what I can, whether that's just, maybe sketching something small on a piece of paper, or actually getting my colors out and starting a new piece. Today I'm working on a piece that I started in El Salvador about 3 months ago, and I left it here. Sometimes when I start works, I like to leave them here and come back to them, and I have new ideas when I approach the canvas. So today I kind of want to show you the painting that I will be working on. I think in the last couple of videos that I made while I was still in El Salvador, I was working with cement. So I was playing around with, different consistencies of cement, a lot of trial and error in terms of mixing the cement with water and then trying to adhere that to the canvas, which was a little difficult, and I had some failures along the way. And using the cement pigment and trying to see if I can bind that with maybe acrylic paints, that kind of thing. So this painting I'm going to show you is sort of a mixture of that, and I've brought with me today some really nice acrylics. So from Winsor&Newton, which is a favorite brand that I use to paint in oil as well as acrylic. So I figured I would show you the paints that I'm going to be working with today, and then I can get started and kind of show you what it all looks like. Of course, I'm in the garden again and really just enjoying the day. I think it's supposed to rain soon, actually, so I'm going to get as much as I can get done. Okay everyone, so I thought I would just show you what I brought back from Canada with me. Normally I do paint in oil, but because it's so hot here in El Salvador, and also because it just is not going to dry in time. If I paint anything in oil here, it's going to take at least 6 months to a year potentially for it to dry. So usually I come here and I paint in acrylics, but sometimes it's difficult to find like a good pigmented acrylic. So I'm going to show you the colors that I'm using and the brands that I always use in acrylic. So first off, I have my palette knife. So this is actually a fun feature of the camera. It's showcasing the product, so I'm also testing this out as I'm showing you. So this is a really nice palette knife that I love to use, either mixing paint around or painting something, a painting, or just to kind of help me move paint or pick up paint. Just a great tool to have. So I use the Galleria acrylics. This is a really great brand. It's highly pigmented, formulated with strong, vibrant colors, free-flowing consistency. So it's a really nice brand, and I do find that these acrylics kind of behave very similarly to oil paints in the sense that they're a little bit thicker, and the way that they're applied has a similar consistency. Of course, nothing is going to replace an oil painting, but this is pretty close. So this color is Vermilion Hue. Really nice color to paint with here. Next up on my palette, I have Phthalo Blue Green. So this is a color I use quite often when I'm painting in oils, and I just find it mixes really well. I like to add sometimes a little bit of white or dilute it down a little bit, but it gives some nice contrast, and it's definitely a palette I love to work with. I just love earthy tones. As you can probably tell in my paintings, I really prefer earthy reds and yellows and greens, so this is a favorite of mine. Next up I have Winsor Blue, so this is another Winsor&Newton Galleria acrylic, very highly pigmented. I love this blue. It mixes up quite nicely with the other colors, and I find that if I don't want to use black in my palette, that this is a great option to kind of have a little bit of that blue peeking out here. Next up I have Pale Terracotta. I love the color terracotta, so this is a paler version of that. As you can see, I've used it up quite a lot, so I love Pale Terracotta, and I can open it up and show you the color. It's a really beautiful color, if you can see that there. So I like to pair that with the phthalo green. I find those are really complementary. And last but not least, for this particular palette that I'm going to be creating, I'm going to be working in Pale Olive. So oftentimes with Winsor&Newton, I will use their olive green, so just not a pale olive green, not mixed with anything, just straight from the tube, and it's quite a rich, deep color that I love. So I'll open this up and show you. But this is like a lighter green. It almost looks like it's been mixed with a little bit of white perhaps. But this is a soft palette, and I love using this palette with the Pale Terracotta. These two are my absolute favorite. So if you are, starting out, or you're wanting to begin in acrylics, for example, I definitely recommend the Galleria acrylic. I do also love, golden paints. I think the pigment is the best on the market probably, but for consistency, I would probably go with the Galleria acrylic. But I would say both Winsor&Newton and golden paints are my favorite for acrylics. So I'm going to walk over now, show you where I'm painting, and I often will paint in this area too. So I will often just, prop something up here, a painting against the wall, and this is a great place to set up. It's basically wherever I feel. And of course, walking through the garden, you get to see all of the peppers and beautiful foliage back here.